BoDean 52, how are you folks? You know, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and they were actually talking about those people that do not work on their motorcycles shouldn't have one. And while there are many benefits that we're going to talk about of working on your own motorcycle, that's just ridiculous. So as I was watching this video, I was just like, man, I get that. There are a lot of great things or great reasons in my mind of working on your own motorcycle. But this guy was kind of making it like, come on, guys, gals, if you can't work on your own motorcycle, you shouldn't have one. And, you know, it's one of those things that you're like, come on, dude, what do you care, right? None of your business. But it made me think about it. So, hell, I figure we'll talk about it as we ride through hell. If you're new to the channel, I do live close to Hell, Michigan. As you can see, bikes everywhere. Of course, I never stop in hell. I just buzz through it and go, oh yikes, that looks nasty. Let's move on. But I was just thinking about working on your own motorcycle. Now, I think there's a bunch of different type of people. There's those people, let's start at the beginning, that buy a motorcycle and just don't have the interest, the ability, the tools, the garage, whatever it takes to work on their own motorcycle. Whether that's just preventive maintenance, basic stuff, or something a little more complicated, right? And there's those folks that are in the middle, which I am, which is, hey, you do some of the preventive maintenance, you can change pipes, put tuners on, that type of stuff, but anything serious, you know, front suspension, at least to me, you take it to a dealer, or you take it to a buddy and work on it with him, and you learn, so that's kind of cool, or you take it to your own another mechanic. So there's three places that I see that you can, or three different types of people that work on motorcycles. Now, I do think there are tons of advantages of working on your own motorcycle. The first, of course, is it's less expensive. Dealership and mechanics, you know, you go to the dealership and you walk out of there and getting some service, you know that it is not cheap. And you are like, man, I should learn how to work on my own bike because this is killing me, right? The really total cost of owning this bike is expensive when I'm having to pay somebody else to work on it, right? And of course, as well as breaking down somewhere and you don't know how to work on it, right? So that's a problem. And then it's, hey, do you ultimately want to work on it? To me, some folks are just like, I don't have those skills, I don't want to do it, I don't have enough time to do it, so they're going to take it in, right? So in the addition of the benefit of it from a dollar's perspective, I think there's a personal pride in being able to work on your motorcycle. Being able to go, wow, I did that, or you know, I did that stage one, or I did that, switch those bars out, or, you know, I think there's a lot of personal pride in addition to the dollars of working on your own motorcycle. I know there's been multiple times I've done a couple things to the bike where I'm like, I'm not sure, but you know what? I'm sure glad I fought through it. We got plenty of friends that will help us through that. If we get stuck, we have YouTube, thank God, that has helped me with a lot of stuff. And so there's a lot of resources to go ahead and dig in, right? Probably not going to hurt it. Probably. Come on, worst thing that can happen is you got to have somebody come with a trailer and take it in and fix it. All right, nah, you don't want to do that. Focus, BoDean, focus. That's not going to happen, people. But I think there's that personal pride. There's no doubt about it, right? Saves money, there's personal pride, and I think it makes you, this sounds probably ridiculous, and yes, in the comments you can either put you're right or ridiculous, either one you want. It makes you feel one with the bike. It makes you feel like you know what was done to it. It makes you go, this is my baby, and I've done this and helped put this together. And I know how it reacts because I fixed it and ride the hell out of it. So I think that is a serious advantage. Now, there are those folks that can do a lot of stuff on their motorcycles, right? And I am envious, jealous, whatever the right word is. You know, let's think about it. The professional monkey. I consider him a friend. Watch his channel. If you don't, you must have just fell into the planet. If you don't, by the way, I'm going to leave a in the description his channel. That guy does stuff on his bikes in a funny and teaching manner in his garage. So I've learned stuff by watching him, which is great. So he's probably one end of the working on the bike, even though he would say there's a lot of stuff that he doesn't do or can't do. But ultimately, from my perspective, he's on that higher end of pretty much I can take care of my own bike, right? Which I really do have a lot of respect for. There's no doubt about that. And wish I could do a lot of the things that he does. You know, as an example, for me, the thought of taking off one of the wheels, and I know you guys are going to be like, dude, it's really nothing. Come on over. I know Out Bandit follows the channel. Him and I talk a lot. You know, he's like, bring your bike over. We'll do it, right? Well, you know what? I should do that. One, to get to know him better and ride. But two, I'll learn, right? And people say it's really not that big of a deal. I remember when I first got my Road Glide, I'm like, oh man, I'm taking the fairing off. And you know what? I can do it in like 6-7 minutes. It's like nothing, right? And I'm just like, man, I should get to know the bike more. And it's worth maybe the time to spend to work on it. And I do think that's important. I think if you ever get stuck on the road, you want to be able to diagnose at least what you have and not have to flat out rely on others. Motorcycles and gliders. Think about that. Why do people get on a glider, I guess it is, get pulled around and get let go and really be a little bit at risk? Or jump out of planes, which I still don't understand. But focus, BoDean, focus. So when I started this video, I really talked about this one guy that was just ripping on people that have motorcycles that don't work on their bikes. And you know what? It's kind of like trailering your bike. While I'm not a fan of that, I don't care if you take your bike to the Harley dealership or the Indian dealership or have somebody work on it for you and all you do is ride it. Who cares? None of my business. Holy crap, look at this. That's pretty cool. It's none of my business. I don't care. I'd rather you take it to a dealership or somebody and make sure your motorcycle is safe for you and other people that are on the road. So, if you work on your motorcycle, hey, I love it. Let me know in the comment section where your ability is, right? And if you take your motorcycle into the dealership, there is no reason to hide that, because who cares? As long as that motorcycle is in good shape and it works for you, take it in, do whatever you want, work on it yourself. It's all what matters, because at the end of the day, we are out on the bikes, riding in this great world and nation that we have, and I know a lot of you are from other countries and have that same pride we do in America. And let me know what you do on your motorcycle. And do you think people that don't work on their motorcycles should? Or do you really care? Because it's really their business, right? Be safe, folks. This is BoDean 52, checking a friend. And I'm going to hit some of these beautiful back roads. And we'll see you on the next one. America! Bye-bye, folks.